Okay, so we're going to use graphs to explain life again today. We started on Friday. We had some graphs, and then we interpreted those graphs with words. So today, we're going to have the words, and then we're going to make the graph. A little bit harder. So on this first one, it says, Anna started walking towards school at a constant speed. Then when she was halfway to school, she realized that she left her homework on her kitchen table. Anna turned around and walked back towards home at a constant speed. So if she's going at a constant speed, what's going to be the shape of what we draw? What's it going to be? It's going to be a line. That's right, because it's constant. So we're starting here, starting from home. She's walking towards school. And it says, let me draw that a little. It's just a slightly curved. And halfway, she's about halfway. So it's about halfway there. And she realized that she forgot her homework on her kitchen table. She turned around and walked back home at a constant speed. So what should we do next? So then we're going to go back. If she's going to go back home, she's going to go back in the direction of home. And then what's the shape going to be? Straight line, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so now the next one. Caleb started walking slowly towards school, but kept increasing his speed as he remembered that he needed to meet his teacher before homeroom for extra help. So slowly and then increasing. So what's the shape going to be there? A curve. And so the curve is going to be, yes, it's going to start flat because it's slow and then increasing. And then he remembered that he needed to meet his teacher. So that's why he started going faster. So, and then he goes all the way, keeps increasing his speed. Does that make sense? Okay, on to the next one. We good? Okay, Bill began jogging slowly towards school, but increased his speed as he realized he was going to be late. Since he doesn't often run, he got tired and needed to stop. About 3/4 of the way to school, after he stopped for 2 minutes, he continued to walk to school at a constant rate. Okay, so he began jogging slowly and increased his speed. So what kind of, is that going to be a straight line or a curve? Curve. And since it's slow then fast, it's going to be like this. And it's about 3/4 of the way that he realizes that he's tired and he wants to stop. So what is the next? Flat. Good. So then we're going to be flat. And then he continued walking at a constant rate. Straight line, that's right. So we're going to make a straight line to the end. Okay, go ahead and see if you can do the last one. I'm going to do one more with you after that. Okay, so it's a constant rate, which means it's a straight line towards school. And then she was about halfway there. Go up a little bit further. She was about halfway there. She stopped to wait for her friend. So then we have a flat line. And so this is a tricky part, is that you now want to say that she began to run towards the school, starting slow, then speeding up. That's a little tricky to get that difference in there. So if yours is more pronounced in between the flat and then the curve, that's fine. It's hard to get that. Questions on that? That makes sense? Okay, so last one. I didn't have one like this yet, so I want to make sure we have one like this. You don't. Yeah, I just made this up. So I realized that I didn't have one where we started out and we go quickly or fast then slow. So how do we do fast and slow? What does fast and slow look like? Yeah, it's going to start going up and then getting flatter. Okay, so fast and slow, and then about halfway to school, she walks slowly the rest of the way at a constant speed. So then it would be a line. Does that make sense? Okay, so if I could get somebody to pass these out. A couple groups already have them, and that's okay. Thank you.
Needed will.
What's that?
Needed will.
Yeah. So meanwhile, if you could get your homework out, because I'm going to come around and check that off as soon as I get you going on this project. So I'm going to pass out the activity, but I'm going to ask you to just wait for the directions till you start. Is there anybody that got 3 of these? Okay, so on that pink sheet, what you're going to do is you're going to use what's inside these envelopes. So, protectors, you're going to pull out the ones that are in one of them with the 4 that match. You're going to figure out which of these explanations match to which of these. So there's 4 and 4. So much easier if you have 4 and 4 rather than 8 and 8. So I would keep them together. Please keep them together when you give them back to me so that I have it all set for the next class. Okay, does that make sense? You can do, everybody does it at the same time, looks at all 4 of them at the same time from one of them, or you can do 2 and 2. 2 of you look at one of the sheets and then figure it out and then switch. It's up to you.